Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and we're back with another Total War Warhammer video. Yesterday we tried to justify Skaven involvement in the new upcoming Wood Elf DLC. In this video I mentioned the possibility of Clan Moulder being the DLC antagonist. We touched upon them briefly, but I feel like we can cover them in greater detail, so without further ado, let's begin. Clan Moulder is one of the 4 great Skaven clans. They specialize in mastery of breeding, mutating, and surgically creating some of the most horrific and fearsome war beasts that have ever existed. The Council of 13 sees Clan Moulder as a valuable tool, and the beasts they create are valuable indeed. Not only do they possess battlefield prowess oftentimes unmatched, but they also inspire terror in the enemies of the Skaven. Hordes of giant rats and packs of ravenous rat ogres can cause a line of troops to crumble even before they have made contact with them. Clan Moulder prides itself on the services it offers to discern, not to mention wealthy Skaven warlords. Many of their creations are available for sale, and they are proud to offer custom designs made to order. That small excerpt of lore barely even scratches the surface when in regards to Clan Moulder. As you can already imagine, they are a fairly unique Skaven clan, and are currently the only one of the 4 great Skaven clans not properly represented in the Total War Warhammer series. So what would make this clan so unique in the eyes of the potential player? Well, not only do Clan Moulder's armies have a heavy emphasis in monsters and mutations, but more generalized units that you would commonly see in the ranks of pretty much every Skaven clan, for example clan rats, while still common in the ranks of Clan Moulder, you would see greater numbers of giant rats than you would see clan rats. Clan Moulder was a truly unique experience in tabletop Warhammer Fantasy Battle, being represented in a White Dwarf supplement list, and should be represented as such in the Total War Warhammer series. The best way to explain Clan Moulder would be to compare them with the Lizardmen, instead of comparing them to other Skaven clans. Think of how the Lizardmen play in both the tabletop and in Total War Warhammer. Yes, you do have access to masses of units, but your main focus is around smaller groups of monsters and single entity huge monsters. Why would Clan Moulder feel the need to hire the services of a Plague Priest, or purchase a Warp Lightning Cannon, when they could bioengineer a monster themselves, something so terrifying that it could strike fear even into the hearts of the Chaos Warriors? The same could also be said about its troop choices. Yes, a mass of storm vermin, heavily armoured with halberds, can be a sight to behold, but what about a group of heavily armoured rat ogres, ravenous as they are and unleashed upon their enemies? So how could Clan Moulder possibly play in the Total War Warhammer series? Firstly, let's look at some possible faction mechanics. Units and heroes not directly linked to the clan itself should cost more in terms of recruitment and upkeep. This is to give the player more incentive to focus on clan-specific units. There should still be a way to reduce the upkeep and cost of these units, maybe in a very similar sense to how Clan Eshin currently does it, where you could sell monsters such as rat ogres, hellpit abominations and others that you may have access to other clans in an effort to increase your standing with them. Maybe there could be some sort of quest system where you would genetically engineer monsters for the other major clans. Say for example, Clan Pestilence wished for heavily armoured rat ogres with poison attacks and regeneration. It would be up to you to create these monsters and ship them off to them. This could be done in a very similar system to how Grom the Paunch has his cauldron buffs. Yes, it's pretty much copy-pasting something, but it could have some sort of unique flavour added to it. That's completely up to Creative Assembly, of course. And lastly, there could be a new system implemented which takes a lot of inspiration from Norska's monster hunts and Imrik's dragon hunts. How I imagine this system working is every few turns you would get a series of quests where you would be able to hunt down special monsters not available to the Skaven roster. Should you be able to defeat them, then you would have access to monsters not available to you normally, but in a unique Skaven type style. Dragons, Arachnarok spiders, mammoths, salamanders, those types of things, but given a unique reskin to represent their torture by the Master Mutators, and now being influenced by the warping powers of Warpstone. Next, we'll look at the possible army list. Obviously, there are already some Clan Moulder units already available in the Total War Warhammer series, Rat Ogres and Hell Pit Abominations, but there are a few others still yet to be implemented. Giant Rats should be your new mainstay unit, fast, cheap, and, well, pretty decent but nothing too great, with a stat line somewhere between that of Skaven Slaves and Clan Rats. Seeing as Giant Rats would effectively become your main infantry unit, they should definitely have access to fight on top of walls. It's kinda needed in Total War Warhammer, and if you're missing infantry units, that could be a massive clutch. Next would be Wolf Rats, which would act the same way as every other wolf unit in the Total War Warhammer series. Fast moving, cheap, and basic flank units, which also act as war machine hunters. If you're going to be using less hordes and more monsters as a Skaven player, it does help to have some war machine hunters, especially if you're fighting the Dwarfs or Empire, for example. Next would be Armored Rat Ogres. These would work exactly the same way as normal Rat Ogres, just heavily armored. This would basically supplement the fact that you might be using less Storm Vermin. Now, in the case of Mutant Rat Ogres and Augmented Rat Ogres, I don't believe these should be a standard unit by the conventional sense. Instead, I believe there should be some sort of workshop/laboratory mechanic where you could be able to customize monsters such as these yourself. Obviously, the level of customization wouldn't be that amazing, but I actually imagine it in a certain sense. So imagine having an army with Rat Ogres already, and you've been collecting some sort of unique resource. Now you could choose to upgrade the Rat Ogres already in your army by using this resource and selecting this unit. Then you would replace that unit with a new type of Rat Ogre. They could even have some attached weaponry to supplement the fact that you won't be recruiting Clan Scryer units. Or well, you would, but they would be rather expensive, so you'd rather spend your cash on something else. Flayerkin could also be a possibility. Former Chaos Marauders who have outlived their usefulness or have shamed their tribe in some way, shape or form and thus have been sold to Clan Moulder. Seeing as this unit was represented as a sieging unit in the Warhammer Fantasy tabletop, it could be possible that this could be the supplement to the lack of Clan Rats and Storm Vermin in your Clan Moulder armies. Burrowing Behemoths would be a new monster unit. Fast and very devastating in close combat, but extremely unpredictable. This could be likened in a very similar sense to the Feral Carnosaur. The Chimera Rat doesn't really need to be explained much due to the fact that it's very popular and most people know it already due to Chaos Robbie's mod, but essentially it's just a reskin of the Dark Elf Hydra and works exactly the same way. And lastly would be the Packmaster. While normally the Packmasters themselves are attached to monstrous units, I believe that this could be turned into some sort of elite infantry, decent in melee combat, very much so like the Eshin Triads, but never leave them alone cause they will die when unsupported. Possible Lord and Hero choices here would be Master Mutators and Master Moulders. Essentially, these would be Lords and Heroes with a decent-ish melee focus, but the main thing about these Lords and Heroes would be to buff up the monsters in your army. And lastly, for a Legendary Lord, you would have the big man himself, Throt the Unclean. This would be a powerful melee lord who would also have a strong emphasis in buffing up monsters. There's not much to say that hasn't been said a million times before about this character, but Clan Moulder and Throt the Unclean are the last of the major Skaven clans and characters yet to be implemented into the Total War Warhammer series, barring Gracia Thanquol of course, but I'm sure that we're going to see him in Total War Warhammer 3. I honestly believe that Clan Moulder has a strong basis for the next DLC, mainly because the Skaven are almost complete and they'll only require one more DLC after this, most likely in Total War Warhammer 3, to give them a full completion. But what do you think about Clan Moulder and their possible mechanics? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below and let's start a bit of a discussion. But with that, my friends, we've come to the end of our video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, might I suggest giving the video a like, or even subscribing to the channel, as it really does help us out. In the description section below are various different social media links such as Facebook, Instagram and Discord, where you can get in contact with the Great Book team. Also in the description section below is an affiliate link with Element Games where you could buy loads of hobby-based products, not just Warhammer, for 10 to 25% off. Using our special link and also the special code, which is also in the description below, supports the channel at no extra cost to you, which we think is rather cool. A big thank you to our patrons, your support means the world to us. It's amazing that people want to help a small channel like us grow and get to a higher level of content. A special thank you to Bertsche and Gibraltar LUSC for subscribing to us at our fame level, you guys are super cool. And a big thank you to Edward Yule and VSVasan for subscribing to us at our king level. Honestly, we can't thank you guys enough. The money earned from Patreon is going directly back into the channel, slowly upgrading little bits and bobs, just trying to get to a higher level of content for you guys. And a big thank you to all of you for liking, sharing and commenting on these videos. The support has been insane lately and honestly we can't be more than excited. But with that, my friends, thank you so much for watching once again and we shall see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.